Very good morning to you all. We're going to have a lovely freestyle fitness yoga session this morning. We're going to do sort of things in reverse today. So we are going to start with our warm-up, but then we're going to get straight onto the floor, do some floor stuff, and then gradually get a little bit more energetic towards the end of the session. And we're going to do some sun salutations at the end. But let's start nice and gentle. We'll do lots of lovely stretches on the floor and all that kind of stuff. But first, let's have a little roll of the shoulders and start loosening up. Nice and gentle, slow movements. Think about everything we're doing today is slow and graceful. Slow and graceful. Roll your shoulders back. Big circles, lift your shoulders as high as you can towards your ears, roll them back and down again. Fantastic. Let your arms just hang down to the sides, have a little twist, let those arms just swing out. Just going to let those shoulders relax, swing those arms outwards. Very good. Turning your head, looking over your shoulder. Fantastic. Let's take the one arm and do some circles. Again, slow, graceful, looping round in a circle first. And then a figure of 8. There we go. And the other side, starting with circles. And then a figure of 8. Fantastic. We're just going to do a little side stretch. So let's put one hand on the hip and stretch out. Very good. And the other side. And finally, in this very short workout, warm-up I should say, let's do a few hip rotations. So let's get those hips moving in circles, rotating round one way, and then rotating round the other way. Oh, fantastic. Oh. I need to sit down after all that hard work. Let's get down on the floor for our next bit. I want to get down onto the floor early today. We're going to do some lovely stretches on the floor to prepare ourselves for that sun salutation later. So have a sit down. Okay, we can sit cross-legged to start with. And back nice and straight. And you can choose, you can have your feet together or cross over at your ankles. Let's do a little zoom in. A little zoom in, that's good. Now, while we're here sitting on the floor relaxing, we'll do a few of our breathing exercises. So all we have to do is just rest the arms on the knees, and we're just going to take a deep breath into the count of 4. In, 2, 3, 4, and breathe out. 2, 3, 4, and breathe in, and breathe out. A couple more times, breathing in, and breathing out. And again, breathe in and breathe out. Fantastic. Let's start getting a little stretch into those legs. So what I want you to do is just push down a little bit on the knees, open out the thighs, and feel a little. You might find your knees are on the floor. If they are, that's amazing. But if you're like me and you need to push to stretch, we're just going to push down a little bit and see if we can get those knees close to the floor. And then hold in that position, we'll breathe again. And every time we exhale, we're going to just stretch a little bit more, yeah? So inhale, exhale, push down a little bit more. Feel the stretch on the inner thigh. Again, inhale, exhale, push down a little bit more. One more time, inhale, exhale. Fantastic, release. Let's stretch those legs out in front now. And just take the feet slightly apart. Let's just pull back a little bit. So, there's my feet. So, feet slightly apart now and back nice and straight. And we're just going to take those hands onto those legs and we're just going to start creeping the hands forwards towards the ankles and just start with a small stretch. Just start with a small stretch so if you can get those hands down to the ankles. And again, while we're holding the stretch, we're going to take a couple of breaths. So, inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Now, as we exhale, we're just going to see if we can push the stretch forwards a little bit more. So, inhale, exhale, reach those hands down towards your feet. Keeping the legs straight. And again, inhale and exhale, reaching forwards. And one more time, inhale and exhale. Excellent. And release. Sit back up. So we're developing some stretches in those thighs and in those legs. So we'll just pause for a moment and then we're going to start just changing what we're doing a little bit and doing some more floor exercises while we're here. So I want you to now bring your feet and legs together. So most of you will just be sitting upright on the floor, which is amazing. Of course, it's okay to sit on a little yoga block if you need that bit of support, or just to have your back close to the wall to just to help you with your posture. So we're going to start with a forward fold. So I want you to take a big inhale and bring your arms up in the air. And then exhale, we're going to forward fold and push those hands down towards those toes, keeping the knees straight. Now you might find you can get your fingers around your feet, which is amazing. If you can't, don't worry. I'm just going to rest mine on my shins for now. Okay, we're going to hold it for a couple of breaths. Each time we exhale, if we need to, we're just going to fold forward a little bit further. Fantastic. Let's unfold, bring the arms up in the air, sitting up as we inhale, and then forward fold again as we exhale, reaching down towards those toes again. And let's just do that a couple more times before we move on. Inhale, arms up. I want to see those fingers. Good. And exhale, reach down towards those toes. Oh, almost touching my toes now. And again, inhale, arms up. Exhale, reach forwards towards those toes and release. Let's do it again, but this time we're going to bring one foot in. So one foot is against the other thigh. And we're just going to reach down towards that one foot that's still outstretched. And I just want to take an inhale again. We'll bring the arms up overhead. And then we'll exhale, lean into it, reach down towards that foot, see how far we can get. If you can get your hands around the sole of your foot, that's amazing. and then you can use that just to pull yourself forwards. Some of you will have your nose down on your leg. Some of us nowhere near. But work at your own level, find your own position, hold it for a few breaths, getting a nice big stretch in the back of the hamstring. And don't forget, every time you exhale, that's the time to stretch a little bit more. Hold it for a couple more breaths. And release. Let's do the other side. Ooh. So other foot comes into the side of the thigh, sole of your foot against your other leg. Keep the other leg straight. And we're going to take a big inhale, bring the arms up overhead. And exhale, lean forwards, reach down towards that foot. Fingertips around your toes if you can, hands around the base of your foot if you can. And we'll hold it here for a few breaths, trying to get a really good stretch into my back. Fantastic, and release. And now stretch both legs out again. We're going to take those feet much wider now. We did this last week. We're going to try and open the legs as wide as you can, and we're going to do one more forward fold. This is the difficult one. It really stretches out the thighs, and we're going to try and push those hands forwards on the floor as far as you can. You can get your chest down to the floor. That is amazing. Okay, me probably difficult enough getting the hands onto the floor. So arms up. We'll take a deep breath in, holding the arms in the air, and then as we exhale, we'll bring those hands down to the floor and try and push forwards on the floor as far as you can, reaching out in front, maybe just touching the thumbs together, reaching out those fingertips on the floor, pushing forwards as far as you can with those hands, stretching out. Ooh, I know you're going to be doing better than I am. My body's not really made for this. Fantastic. Another couple of deep breaths while we're here. Enjoy the position, hold the stretch. Fantastic, and let's release. Oh! So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to bring one leg straight out in front. The other leg is going to come across with the foot on the floor towards the outside of the other knee. Now, because my right knee is up, I'm going to be twisting towards that side. If your left knee is up, twist towards your left side. I'm going to take my hand around my knee, pull myself round, take the other hand behind and twist round. And with the arm that's around the knee, see if you can just pull that knee across a little bit towards the other side so you stretch out your outer thigh now. Holding this for a few breaths again. And let's do the other side. Release gently. Oh, it's a nice one, this one. So knee up, foot over to the other side. We're going to take the arm and round hug your leg. Pull yourself round. Other hand goes around behind your back. The other hand can be on the floor. Let's just turn sideways for this. The other hand can be on the floor. or it can be round your back and pull yourself round. Yeah, I don't mind. I'm going to put it on the floor. That helps me just pull myself round a little bit further. Pull the leg across your body so we stretch the outer thigh, just pulling in with your arm. And if you can pull yourself round, twist around a little bit more. Breathe in gently. And release. Fantastic. From here, since we're sitting down, turn yourself sideways on your mat if you haven't already and lie down. We're going to have a little lie down on your back. Ah, that feels good. So knees up. We'll do a couple of bridges while we're here. I like the bridge, it's good for your lower back and strengthens the glute muscles. So all I want you to do is raise your hips off the floor into your bridge position. And we're just going to hold here for a couple of breaths. Lifting your hips as high as you can. One more deep breath in. And then as you exhale, let's just lower the hips back down onto the floor again. So we're going to do that a couple more times. I'm going to give you your options here so we can do the same thing. Just the bridge, or if you want to go a little bit more advanced today, what we're going to do is we're going to try and lift one leg up vertically in the air and then push up into your bridge with one leg straight up. It's not just a little bit more challenging, it's a lot more challenging. And we're going to try and get that leg vertical and straight. Hold it for a couple of breaths. Mine's not particularly straight or vertical, but I'm sure you're doing better. I can't see my screen from here. I'm sure everyone's perfect. Okay, let's try the other side. Oh! That was a little bit tougher than expected. So, other leg straight, lift up, and then push up into your bridge. So, try and get that leg as vertical as you can, keeping the knee straight, and lifting your hips as high as you can off the floor. Couple of breaths. Keep it high, keep it straight. And then slowly, when you're ready, just lower your hips down to the floor. Bring the other foot down onto the floor, and wow, take a breath. Very good. So we'll do a bit more of that next time actually, but today I want to move on. So while we're on the floor, we'll turn over and we'll do some cat and cow stretches. Really want to get a lot of back stretches in today before we do the downward dog, because it's really going to help. So we'll turn over onto hands and knees, tabletop position. Oh, it's all like doing the whole thing in reverse today. So, hands and knees. This is still nice, gentle stuff. I want you to arch your back up into a cat stretch. back as high as you can. Let your head hang down between your arms. And then reverse it into our cow stretch. Tummy comes down, head comes up. Ah. One more time into cat. One more time into cow. I'm going to give you a surprise here. We're going to level off into tabletop, so back to neutral position. I want to go straight into Superman. So, one arm, one leg, opposite arm and leg stretches out into our Superman. Straight into Superman now. Oh yes. Hold it for a couple of breaths. Now we can feel the core kicking in to hold us in that position. Let's change sides. Other arm, other leg, stretching out in our Superman pose. Oh, beautiful. Hand down. We're going into child's pose from here. And there we have a sequence. So into child's pose, sit back on your heels, stretch your arms out in front. 2 deep breaths. And back up. So that's a little sequence. We're going to do cat, cow, Superman and child's pose in a sequence. So let's just open that out a little bit back there. Starting with cat stretch, up. Down into cow stretch, into neutral, Superman on one side, Superman on the other side, hand comes back down again, sit back into child's pose and stretch out. Fabulous. Let's go through that again. Nice, basic, easy sequence. So into neutral, into cat, into cow, hit neutral before you go into Superman, back to flat back, Superman one side, Superman the other side, and child's pose. Sit back and enjoy the stretch. And back into neutral. We're going to do this one more time, but we're just going to hold each position a little bit longer, yeah? So, cat stretch first, arch your back up, take a couple of breaths. Cow stretch, tummy down, head up. Couple of breaths. Back to neutrals, flatten out your back. One arm, one leg, Superman one side. Couple of breaths while we're here. Change sides, Superman the other side. Couple of breaths here as well. And then back into our child's pose, stretching, sitting back on the heels, pushing those arms forwards on the mat. And we'll hold here for a couple of breaths again. Fantastic. And bring yourself back up into tabletop. Ah, very good. Oh, I'm just doing one final cat stretch there, just to stretch out the back. Now, we do have to stand up, I'm afraid. So when you stand up, take your time, get up slowly. There's no rush. I'll give you a minute or so to get yourself up, ready for the next bit. We should be suitably stretched now, I hope. Ready for our Sun Salutation sequence. So, let's do this. Let's do this. We'll take this slowly first of all through the sequence, and I'll give you time to practice it a few times. So, oops, let's get this camera sorted out. That'll do. Right. I feel ready for this now after relaxing on the floor. So you're going to be facing the outside of the mat, facing, pointing down the end of the mat, but facing towards the outside. I'm going to run through this first, and you can, if you want to join, if you can remember it, then join in with me. Otherwise, watch me do one slow sequence first and then join in. So we're going straight into the whole thing. We're going to do an inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Stretching fingertips to the floor. Then inhale, we do a little release. Now the next one's a big one. We exhale, we take the hands onto the floor, we step back, and then we lift up into our upward facing position. So that's like one move. Okay. Gives a nice little stretch on the tummy. Then we're going to push back into downward position. Very good. Doesn't matter if your heels don't touch the floor. Pushing shoulders back, head between the arms. Then we're going to come back with a big step forwards. Now if you can step or walk forwards in one go, foot up between the hands, that's amazing. And then followed by the other foot. Stay in our forward fold position. As we inhale, we'll just do a little release. Exhale, stretch down again. Oh, I've got a good stretch there. Inhale, hands up. As we unfold, exhale, arms down. Now, that's our Sun Salutations sequence, roughly. We might make a few adjustments as we go. Okay, but I'm going to give you the chance just to do 2 or 3 through Sun Salutations. So you can go at your own speed, or you can follow me. I'll talk through what I'm doing. You might want to go at a different speed. It's entirely your choice. So I'm going to inhale, take my arms up. Big stretch up. Exhale, forward fold. Don't forget there's a little inhale here as we just release a little bit before we drop all the way down. Exhale, hands to the floor, step back, drop yourself down into tricep dip, and then lift the head up into upward facing position. From upward facing position, we tuck the toes, we push back into downward position. Then we step 1 foot forwards up between your hands. If you can in one go, that's amazing. If you need a little assistance or walk it forwards, that's okay. Other foot comes forwards. We do an exhale and stretch down a little bit more, fingertips to the floor. Inhale, unfold, arms up. Exhale, hands down. Excellent. That was quite quick, wasn't it? Shall we just do it again? I'll try and go a little bit slower this time. I must remember to slow down, make it graceful and slow. So let's go again. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slight release, lifting the fingers off the floor. Exhale all the way down, hands down. step back, tricep dip chest to the floor, and then lift up, upward position. Amazing. Push back into downward facing position. Okay, step forwards. Other leg comes forward. Let's hold that forward fold again. Inhale, unfold. Exhale, arms down. We'll do one more, and then I'm tempted just to progress a little bit, so we'll do one more full sun salutation, and then we'll progress a little tiny bit on one of those positions. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, little release. Exhale, big step back, hands on the floor. Drop the chest down towards the floor and then lift your chest up, head up looking forwards. Tuck the toes, push the heels towards the floor, right back. Head between your hands for our downward position. Step forwards. And the other foot. Straighten the knees and stretch down one more time. Inhale as we unfold. Exhale, arms down. Now, we'll do it again, but we're going to pause on the downward position and we're going to do a few leg movements while we're there. We're going to do basically we're going to do the three-legged dog. We're going to be lifting one foot off the floor. So, take a breath, prepare yourself for this. It's going to be a little bit more difficult. So when you're ready, inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, release the fingers from the floor. Exhale, in one go, all the way down, hands down, feet back, chest to the floor, and then lift your head up. Oh, amazing. Hold this one here for a couple of breaths. This is nice. Prepare ourselves for the next bit. Okay, tuck your toes, push your body back into downward position now. Legs should be straight. Heels might be on the floor. If your heels are on the floor, that's amazing, but don't worry if they're not. And I would like you to try and lift one leg up. And then we're going to just bring the knee into the chest 3 times. So knee comes into the chest, 1, and stretch back, and 2, and stretch back, and 3, and stretch back. Bring your foot down. Let's do the other leg. Ooh, I like this. Other leg comes up. 3-legged dog. Now let's bring that knee into the chest. 1, and stretch, and 2, and 3. And foot down. And let's take a big step forwards. That wasn't so clever on my part. And the other foot. Inhale as we unfold. Exhale, bring your arms down. Wow. I know what you're thinking. Hope he doesn't get us to do that again. But yes, we are. Let's do it one more time. One more time. We'll go through it. We'll do the 3-legged dog. So inhale, arms up. We've only got a minute to do this, so I'm going to go through it fairly quickly. Hands down into the forward fold. Inhale, release. Exhale, all the way down. Upward facing. Push back, downward facing. One leg up. Knee into the chest 3 times. 1, 2, 3, Other leg. 1. See how just going a little bit faster. 2, 3, maybe helps actually. And then one final downward position. Stretch it back. Take your step forwards. Take the other step forwards. Straighten the knees. Let's unfold slowly on an inhale. Oh my word. Exhale, arms down. Oh, I'm quite exhausted after that. Wow. Oh my word. Quite exhausted. Very well done. We did save the best till last. And all we have to do now is a few more stretches, which is good. So I'm going to do cat-cow again. So sorry about this, but we do have to get back down on the floor. We always finish with cat-cow stretch, so let's do that. Let's get down onto the mat one more time. Oh. So we're just going to go between cat and cow a couple of times while we're here. So arch your back up. Take a couple of breaths. Back should be as high as you can. Head down between your arms. A couple of deep breaths here. Fantastic. Let's reverse it. Tummy comes down, head comes up. Our cow position. Oh, look at the dust on there. Oh my, I'm going to be dusting later. Didn't notice that before. Fantastic. Sit back into neutral first and then sit back. You might want to just widen the knees a little bit to the edge of the mat. Sit back on your heels, stretch your arms out. Fantastic. Back up into cat. We'll do cat and cow one more time. Couple of breaths on each position. Cat stretch. And cow stretch. Head up. Very good. Neutral. Then sit back into child's pose. This time we'll hold it for a bit longer. Stretch the fingertips out on the floor. Bring your chest down, heels, bum down onto your heels. Chest down towards the floor. Stretching your arms out in front. Couple of deep breaths. Fantastic. Slowly back into tabletop. Swing your hips around onto the floor. We're going to sit down. And cross your legs. Very good. And we'll finish by taking a couple of deep, just like we did right early on. We're just going to sit down. We're going to take a couple of breaths. Close your eyes. Wrists gently resting on your knees. Very good. I feel like we've been on a journey today. Feels like a bit of a journey through that. That downward dog thing was tough for me, but I'm sure you did very well. Good work, everybody, today on this lovely Wednesday. I'm going to go for a walk in the park now. It's actually looking quite nice outside, so I'm going to head over to Gunnersbury Park for a little walk. Always nice to have a little walk in the fresh air after something like this. Just get some air, and you'll find yourself nice and relaxed and chilled out even. Don't want to get up now. But we do have to, because I need to. When you get up from sitting down after a session like this, always take your time. Get up slowly, just get up onto a knee, maybe help yourself up. Taking your time. Very well done. Good work. Good work. Let's have a little chat and see how you got on with that. It's been a while since we've done those sun salutations, isn't it? Coming back to something like that sometimes is a little bit of a shock to the system. And I do recommend you guys do practice it regularly to keep yourselves flexible and keep yourselves strong. So well done. Let's have a sit down. There we go. I thought that I struggled with some of it. I think I'm getting a little bit better. How did you guys get on?